Leader for the being of Melvin and his life's work. I'd like to thank you, Mama Ayana and Timba, for inviting a blessing to this tribute to Melvin. I'd like to thank Malik and Met West for making possible this space so that we can honor Melvin. Thank you, Davey D from KPFA, Hard Knocks Radio, our DJ for today, playing that wonderful music that Melvin loves. Amen. I'd also like to thank all of you beautiful people who are here today and those that couldn't come but wanted to. Thank those who gave so generously to the finances needed to make this tribute happen. And to all who brought food, volunteered at one time or another prior to and including today, and to those who called with kind words and remembrances. So many, so many. I want to thank all of you, and you are truly a blessing, all of you. And Melvin, I know, would appreciate everything that each and one of you have done and are doing. Amen.
Amen.
And I don't know if any of you know, but I'm also an ordained minister, so every now and then some of the ordained minister stuff comes in. And so you might hear me say a couple of amens. But we are here today to pay tribute to the life and spirit of Melvin Dickson. When I met Melvin in the late 1960s, he was just like so many of us on our self-discovery journey and that rediscovery of our African and American history. He was a voracious reader then, and ever since I've known him, he's been a voracious reader. And ever since I've known him, he has been about point number 5 of the Black Panther Party before we knew there was a point number 5 of the Black Panther Party. We want decent education for our people that teaches us our true history and our role in present-day society. And quiet is kept between me and you. This is a secret. I think that me and Melvin's courtship was about point number 5 of the Black Panther Party. I think all of you who knew Melvin, I think the model that could apply to him would be educate to liberate. Amen? Yes. I mean, yes. You think so? Yes. That was Melvin, educate to liberate. He was always taking an opportunity one way or the other to speak on it, to speak on liberation, to speak on freedom, to speak on changes to the system. Through me and Melvin, through our reading and activism that was going on at the time in the late 1960s, he and I, we embraced the optimism that comes with believing that people united across boundaries and divisions and borders can bring about total change from a governing system that serves a few at the expense of many to a system that is truly by, of, and for the people. Melvin's Panther spirit was humble, dedicated, committed, and he was a teacher. Huh? Yes. Anybody want to testify to that? He was a teacher. But greatest of all was his undying love for his people in particular and all people in general. After Huey P. Newton was murdered in 1989, David Hilliard wrote in his book, The Spirit of the Panther, that a new interest in continuing the struggle and new movements were sparked. Well, guess what? One of those sparks touched Melvin. And in 1990, with the help of a handful of comrades, Bobby McCall, Ralph Moore, Jimmy Slater, Steve McCutcheon, and Jonana Abrams, the Commemorator newspaper was given birth to. The Commemorator was given birth to carry on the legacy Black Panther Party. Carrying on this legacy became Melvin's life, huh? Amen? I'm sorry, we in church today.
Come on with it.
All right. Melvin was also actively engaged in community work. He stepped forward for us. That's what Tina Flores of Quality Medical Relief told me. I'll speak for you, Tina. You don't have to come up here at the remembrance time. I'll tell you. She told me that as she described his work to help make it possible for the release from jail of the Cuban Five. He worked with Dennis Banks and the American Indian movement. He also helped with medical supplies for Haiti and sister cities in Haiti and Cuba, creating communal relationships, thus, in his way, practicing a term first introduced by Huey P. Newton in the community. Melvin dedicated and committed his life to the struggle for liberation for his people and all oppressed people worldwide. To his last dying breath, he was about serving the people to bring about systemic change. Right. I'm a witness because I was in the hospital when he was talking to the people. Melvin dedicated his life to bringing about systemic change through the process of education, whether through the newspaper, literacy programs, or through teaching moments in his conversations with you. Educate to liberate, that was Melvin. May you who didn't know him very well, and those who knew him very well, be blessed by this tribute to the life, work, and spirit of Melvin Dickson. Thank you.
Thank you.